Hi guys, and welcome back to the FPL Duo. I don't know what happened there. Sorry about that. But yeah, welcome back to the deadline stream. We're back for game week 17. FPL is back. Boxing Day, obviously Christmas is over. Um, Hope everyone had a good Christmas. But yeah, back into the football today. Looking very forward to it. Feels like ages since we've done a deadline stream for FPL. How you been, Jordan? Everything good? And how's your Christmas been?
Yeah, Christmas been very good. Very festive, as you can see. I'm still in the Christmas spirit with my hat and jumper. But yeah, I'm excited for the return of Premier League football later on today, which is going to be exciting to see um, who's going to win, who's going to score. So yeah, exciting times ahead.
Yep, definitely. We've got Martin in the chat. Welcome everyone. Welcome to the chat. And for those watching, please, as always, drop a like on the video. Yeah, we're gonna get into it and talk about our teams and the unlimited transfers and debating on who to pick and the last minute tinkering. So yeah, I'll bring up my team. We'll talk about who we've got, any thoughts in regards to changes, etc. But yeah, we'll get into it all. So as you can see, guys, my team hasn't changed in that sense. I haven't done any other transfers from my team selection video. So in goal, I've gone with Kepa. I've gone with a back three of Trippier, James, and Cancelo. I've gone with a midfield four of Martinelli, De Bruyne, Rashford, and Almiron. I've gone with a front three of Haaland, Martial, and Darwin as well. And then in the bench, I've got Ward, Andreas, White, and Patterson. So yeah, I'm going to come on to um, last minute changes because I have woke up this morning and I've planned a few changes that I'm potentially going to do. So we will come on to into those moves in a sec. But Jordan, just I'm going to bring up your team. Just read us out your 11, what you're on at the
Yeah.
moment.
Okay, so here's my starting 11. So in goal, we got Edison, who's got Leeds away. In the back three defence, we got Trippier, who's got Leicester away. Ben White, who's got West Ham at home. And Luke Shaw, who's got Nottingham Forest at home. And in the midfield, we've got four players, starting with Almiron, who's got Leicester away. Martinelli, who's got West Ham at home. Bruno Fernandes, who's got Nottingham Forest at home. And Rashford, who's got Nottingham Forest at home. And with the front three, we've got Nketiah, who's got West Ham at home. Darwin, who's got Aston Villa away. And Haaland, who's got Leeds away. And on my team bench, I've got Ward, who's got Newcastle home. Rodrigo, who's got Man City home. Cancelo, who's got Leeds away. And Castagna, who's got Newcastle at home.
Okay, thanks for that. So you're pretty much on the same team as well from team selection. Have you got any last minute dilemmas, any last minute changes, or are you pretty set? You reckon? What's your thinking?
I'm pretty set. I mean, I've checked team news, predicted lineups, and those starting 11 players on my team look all to pretty much go ahead, hopefully, when the matches kick off. So there's no real switcheroos happening for my team. It's pretty much locked in.
What about Rodrigo? Because he's flagged. What's the situation with him?
Well, with Rodrigo, it's a 50-50. He may start against Man City. I mean, if I just find the team news for Leeds, I think on Rodrigo, I think the manager has
And do you want to
said,
take a risk? Because obviously you didn't want to take a risk with other players. So how come you've got Rodrigo if he's a doubt? Like
well,
with
Deschamps said he's expecting all of the players pretty much for Leeds to at least be back in training before obviously Wednesday's game. But with Rodrigo, it's possible that he could be back today for Man City. His hamstring injury is not as bad as thought, so there is a possibility that he could maybe make it on the bench or potentially start. I may switch him for Cancelo, so he's the second option to bring in, just in case. But for now, he's the first player.
Okay, fair enough. I'll go switch back to my team and talk about the plans I've had to change. So I'm gonna read a few comments out. We've got Barnsley in the chat. We've got Brian as well. Hi lads, hope you had a good Christmas. Hope you had a good Christmas as well, Brian. Do you think Everson instead of Ward is viable? I have a very low team budget. Yeah, I definitely think it is viable. If you're gonna bench Everson and presumably you've got another goalkeeper like Kepa or Edison that you're gonna play first team, then I think Everson as a non-playing goalie on the bench is fine if you really need the money. Because as you'll come on to see, I've gone with that. I'm potentially going to go with that same goalkeeper combo, both the Leicester guys, because I have low team budget as well. Martin, I have Allison, Ward, James, Trippier, Cancelo, White. So that's pretty much what I have. Salah, Trossard, Rashford, Almiron, De Silva, Nunes, Haaland, and Greenwood. Any tips on changes I should make with an extra 2.3 million in the bank? So you got a lot of money in the bank. What do you think, Jordan, with that team who's got 2.3 in the bank? Would you make any changes?
You could upgrade Greenwood. I'm not sure if there's any forwards that are in that bracket of price, because Greenwood is about, what was it, 4 point something million?
4.3, I believe.
So yeah, you could potentially stretch to. I don't know if you can get Eddie Nketiah in your team. If you can switch to him instead of Greenwood, he might be a viable first choice for a forward. I've personally gone with Nketiah because he's cheap. He's about, I think, 6.5 million in price. So if the maths is correct, I think you can reach to him.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say maybe upgrading De Silva in midfield, because your midfield you've got Salah, obviously that premium midfielder, but then the rest of the midfielder are pretty cheap, bro. They're all under 6.5 million. So maybe you could spend that money in the midfield, maybe for a Martinelli or a Saka if you could get to 8 million midfielder, because I do like having an 8 million midfielder slot, which you'll see what I've planned is to bring in a midfielder that, around the 8 million mark, so I can be flexible. Barnsley gone with Salah over KDB. That's another dilemma. We'll talk about Salah v KDB. Who should he go to? Fernandes over Rashford. Obviously, Jordan, you've gone with Bruno in your team.
Yeah.
Haaland and Darwin up top as well. I think that's a popular combo. But I know I've planned. The second team I made actually doesn't have Darwin in it. So I could go without Darwin. And really hoping on the Liverpool performance and Fernandes doing better after Ronaldo leaving. Interesting team. Yeah, fair enough. We've got Kuanda, one of our regulars. Welcome to the channel again. Hi, lads. It's good to be back. Hope you guys had a great Christmas. Yes, good to be back. Hope everyone else, obviously, in the chat had a good Christmas as well. Dom, morning, boys. Right now, I'm working at Watford Football Club, hoping for good points today. Oh yeah, morning. Not far from us, Watford, but yeah. Hopefully some good points. I managed to sneak in KDB, Salah, Nunes, Haaland, Rashford, and Nketiah in my team. So it's a 3 premium draft. Yeah,
I've seen a few premiums.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a couple. I still prefer the 2 premium setup, but it's viable, I guess. You've got the money to do it, but I just think captaincy, you don't want to captain them every week. So do you need 3? Alex, I've literally got the same team on screen apart from Salah instead of KDB and Shaw instead of White. Yeah, I think a lot of people do have this midfield. Obviously, Salah and KDB is the debate. And then Martinelli's in a lot of drafts. Rashford's in a lot of drafts. Almiron is a lot of drafts as well. So, yeah. I was thinking in game week 19 might go Martial and Andreas to Madison and Greenwood.
Madison is a doubt.
Yeah, I don't know how long he's out for though. He could be. I mean, he should be back for 19, and also Andreas has a double game week, I believe, in game week 19 or 20. Fulham, don't they?
Yeah,
So you might want him then.
yeah, because I think Brendan Rodgers said on Friday that Madison is struggling with an ongoing knee problem.
Oh,
So
okay.
take what you can from that if we're choosing Madison.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't start with Madison. See how he goes. If he can prove fitness, in the next couple game weeks. Jordan, I'll let you take this question because you are an Nketiah owner, I believe. So, is he worth to start?
Oh, absolutely. We haven't seen much of Nketiah this season, but with Jesus out for a couple of weeks,
Months. A couple of months.
Oh, a couple of months. Well, even better. If Jesus out for a couple of months, then yeah, Nketiah is definitely worth to start because he's definitely the first pick in terms of forward options for Arteta, and I do think Martinelli will be a false nine and Nketiah will be up front. So there's always that potential for Nketiah to be a goal scorer, like Jesus has been for Arsenal. So yeah, for the price as well, 6.5 million, definitely for a forward pick. Nketiah is one of my favorite picks to start off with.
Martin, football, should I replace Trossard for Martinelli?
Wouldn't replace him for Martinelli.
I mean, looking at your team earlier on, you don't have any Arsenal players, any attacking Arsenal players. So you've not got Martinelli, you've not got Saka, you've not got Nketiah. I don't know if I'd be keen on that. So I personally would do it. I'd prefer Martinelli over Trossard. I know Trossard potentially has a double game week coming up, but so do Arsenal. And Arsenal, are technically the best team in the league right now. So I'd want an attacking player from Arsenal personally. So maybe Saka if you could stretch to the 8 million and have an 8 million slot as well when you could switch out as well and move to other players like Kulusevski, Mount, Foden, and all these guys. Back to my team. No Almiron for me this week. We'll get him next week. Interesting. That's interesting because I'm actually potentially looking to remove Almiron myself. Let me just show you guys so this is my team as you guys see on the screen. Let me just quickly show you what I'm thinking of actually moving to and changing it. There's a few changes I was debating. So change number 1 is Kepa out. That means I'd play Ward and I'd have Everson. So I'd have the double Leicester goalkeepers. Let me just see because I had it on here on my phone. And then it was defense, I think, stays the same. KDB goes out, right? And that turns to Salah. You guys can see that, right? Yeah. So KDB goes to Salah. Andreas Pereira goes to Mason Mount. Almiron goes to Saka. See, that leaves me minus 4.5. So Darwin downgrades Darwin to Greenwood and having a 2 striker setup with 5 midfielders. I've also contemplated this, guys. So that is how many changes for my other team? 1, 2, 3, 4 changes to the team I had on my team selection. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Do you think the team before or this team where I've bought in Saka, which gives me an 8 million slot? I've bought in Mount, who has doubles coming up and favourable fixtures to start with. I've also gone with Salah over KDB because there are rumours now. Well, there's a likelihood that Liverpool could have a double game week in game week 21, I think it is. So that's why I've leaned towards Salah again. And then I've gone with Martial and Haaland up front. Now I could take Martial out and then just have another change and do Mitrovic. So I could do Mitrovic. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. This team or my first one I showed you for those that did see that. I want to. There's a question for you, Jordan, on here.
Yep.
A lot of questions coming in. I'm gonna read this one out first. Hold on. Did anyone? Okay, no, cool. I'll read this one out. I think this is in relation to your team. Jordan, you're not worried about blocking yourself from a City midfielder at the moment with double defense. Edison to keep could be an easy change.
Yeah, I'm not. This is the thing I've always been worried about is, do I need a midfielder for Man City? Because I know a lot of people will have a midfielder like KDB or Foden. I'm not particularly worried at all. I think that was the problem before when I was picking Man City players. I don't think it's necessary to triple up on Man City straight away. I'm just fine with going defensively with Man City because I still have Haaland, who is the dominant player in the Premier League and the most favourable choice. So which Man City asset you pick, for example, the midfield, I'm not too worried that if I don't have KDB, for example, because I have Haaland, and I know a lot of people will captain Haaland a lot, so that sort of mitigates KDB doing a madness. As long as we all have Haaland captain, it's not much of a damage limitation to that. But also, I'm not completely sure who's nailed for Man City until I actually see the lineups for obviously when they play in game week 17. So for now, I'm just going with Ederson and Cancelo as they're the only two I feel like are the most nailed at the moment for Man City, and seeing what obviously is played in the starting 11 this afternoon.
I was just gonna say it just locks you out. So if in the example you wanted a Foden,
Yeah,
in I don't know in game week 19 or game week 20, Man City have a double, it blocks you out really because you can't go there unless you sell one of your other defensive assets. So maybe you don't maybe you don't want City midfielders, I guess.
no, not. This is the thing with my team. I'd rather not go with a template like mostly everyone else is going with KDB or Foden. I just like to go different. Like I've gone with Fernandez instead. I've sort of gone with a different route just to be different, and it's also because I'm chasing rank as well, even though it may backfire just in case Fernandez doesn't do well and KDB does. But it's the risk that obviously you have to take so that it pays off.
FPL Josh, I'm having my team as Kepa, James, Cancelo, Trippier, Salah, Almiron, Martinelli, Rashford, Darwin, Haaland, Nketiah, bench, Andreas, Ward, Bueno, Perud. 1.9 million in the bank. Any advice? The team looks good, I think. There's not much I change with that, personally. Maybe you'd want a better bench actually. So you've got Andreas, obviously he's going to play. Ward is fine. Bueno and Perud. I don't know about Perud. I'm not so sure about the Southampton defense personally. But other than that, the team looks fine. FPL Josh also says, as a United fan, he doesn't see Martial playing more than 60 minutes. And Nketiah is so much better.
Yeah, you can see Nketiah playing more minutes than Martial, I think. Just because I don't think Ten Hag will force Martial to play the full 90 just because he's back from injury, obviously, and he won't want to relapse Martial's injury.
Also, I would say I have Martial. That could easily swap out to Mitrovic. I could start with Mitrovic because Mitrovic will have a double as well. But the worry obviously will be that he could pick up a yellow and miss one of those games. So yes, the other worry with him. Salah's better. Salah betters KDB with Villa situation. Emi Martinez out. Olsen out. Third goalie in there. Possibly reports of Mings out too. And Villa look crap for me. Yeah, obviously Liverpool playing Villa later today, and that's going to be an interesting game. Whether you go Salah, Darwin, I don't think any of us are going to captain the Liverpool players. Maybe we're going to go Haaland up. So But Salah definitely has the potential to do well. But Liverpool, for me, as a Liverpool fan myself, they don't look to their best or anywhere near, because Liverpool have a lot of injuries as well in that attacking lineup. Diaz and Jota still out injured for a month or so, 2 months for Diaz. Yeah, I don't know. Salah, I'm not 100% sold on Salah still, even though I might bring him in just because of that double in 21. I think if you just look at it in the eye test, KDB is the one you pick because he's been playing better than Salah. So, yeah, Mount too risky. I don't think Mount is risky in the sense that he's going to start every game, I assume, for Chelsea. It's whether you think he'll score points. I expect him to play most minutes. I think it seems like most managers like Mount, even though maybe some of the Chelsea fans don't. But yeah, I'd expect Mount to start if he's fit. I made Nketiah and Martinelli transfers. I have 0.3 million in the bank after those transfers. Nice. Jordan, I'll let you take this one. From Johnny, Robertson, Martial, or Saka and Shaw?
I'll probably go Saka and Shaw, as I'm not sure about Liverpool if Robertson starts or not. I imagine he does because Liverpool ain't got many players really.
Oh yeah, he will definitely start. It's just
Mark.
whether obviously Liverpool's defense hasn't been great in terms of keeping clean sheets, but Robertson, the attacking threat he brings potentially.
Yeah, there's also that as well. Clean sheet. I don't expect a clean sheet from Liverpool, so that kind of rules out a clean sheet. I think Martial, he won't play 90 minutes, I don't think, so he's a bit of a minutes risk too. So I'll probably go for Saka and Shaw because I see Saka playing probably 90 minutes, and Shaw has Nottingham Forest at home, so I kind of see a clean sheet for Man United too. So I think there's more favourable picks going for Saka and Shaw, and Saka's on penalties too, I believe.
For me, I'd go with yes, I'll say Saka and Shaw. But in terms of Martial and Robertson, I do think they're good options. Robertson, maybe not now. I think you have to wait and see with Liverpool defense. Like, I think having Cancelo, a 7 million midfielder, 7 million defender, allows you to upgrade to other, having that slot there so you can change to a Robertson or a Trent even if they become options again. But right now, I wouldn't be starting with Robertson or Trent, I don't think. Just because Liverpool's defense, we don't know what you're gonna make of it. Even though they have that attacking potential. Should I replace Alisson? It's up to you. I mean, I probably wouldn't have Alisson personally, but if you think Liverpool are going to keep clean sheets, if you think Liverpool, it depends what you think Liverpool are going to do. Really, Liverpool's such a huge dilemma because before the break, their defense was one of the worst we've seen in recent years for Liverpool standards. Nowhere near their normal level. So it depends whether you think Liverpool are going to improve again. Are they going to get back to their form that we expect, where they win most games, or do you think they'll carry on struggling? I think it depends where you think they'll finish in the league. Is it worth to bring? Is Tony worth to bring in for Nunes? To know about Tony, with obviously the charges and stuff. That I mean, is he going to play? I actually don't know the situation with Tony. Someone in the chat let us know, but I'd stick with Nunes personally. Jordan, do you have the Brentford fixtures on hand, or who did Brentford have? Would you go to Tony, or I'd keep Darwin myself?
I don't have the fixtures, but yeah, Tony's a bit of a risk because obviously the personal reasons that he's had to deal with. Whether he starts or not today is no idea. I mean, I'm not sure what fixtures are for Brentford are like. I don't think they're that great.
Well, get them Brentford fixtures up quickly. Who the first 3 or 4 games they have? I'll let you do that.
Okay.
Garnacho would come on for Martial at 60 minutes, and Nketiah starts full game, and I think we can play Rashford up front. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what Man United do with Martial. I expect Martial to start, but yeah, as you said, he probably is a bit of a minutes risk. Hey, Guy, welcome to the chat. Perud or Dunk? I'm going to go Dunk. I think That's an easy one for me. And
Yeah.
plus Brighton always have a chance. Obviously, they have a chance of a. No, they do have a double game week, I believe, coming up, or a chance of a double game week. So I think the defense is better than Southampton. So I'm gonna go for Dunk. It's
I have got the fixtures for Brentford. So they have Tottenham home in game week 17, then West Ham away,
yeah,
then they play Liverpool home, and then Bournemouth home, and then Leeds away.
yeah, that's a quite tough run, especially the first three, Tottenham, West Ham, Liverpool. So no, I'd go.
Yeah.
I'll stick with Darwin on that one, personally. Yeah, but Salah possible double game week 21 and Salah v Villa. Yeah, apparently, I was looking at the fixtures again. There was rumors for a 21 double for Salah, which means obviously they played Chelsea. I've heard it's going to be 2 Chelsea fixtures in double game week 21. So Liverpool played Chelsea twice in one game week because obviously that Chelsea fixture has to be rescheduled in, and that Chelsea fixture that they have yet to play, the one that got postponed, might have to go into double game week 21. So that is interesting. Salah against Chelsea twice, which probably isn't the best fixture anyway. But I don't know what I'm gonna do. Anyway, what do you reckon on my team? Would you go with this one or the first one I originally had? I didn't really ask you.
We're pretty scared to go with double Leicester goalkeepers just in case something happens to Ward. And that just means I have to use the transfer to bring in another goalkeeper that's actually playing.
Well, I could play Everson because if Ward signs, if he's injured or anything, then obviously Everson will play because he's a backup.
True, actually, yeah. But other than that, I think Reece James. I'm obviously not a fan of Chelsea, especially the defense was very poor before the World Cup, and I don't really see it changing going forward into these easy fixtures they may have, because Chelsea don't look like the same team we saw last season. I think that's really the issue, and also Mason Mount. I mean, I've not really seen much from him, especially. Well, he wasn't the first pick in Gareth Southgate's team for England, and he didn't play much football in that period. So for Chelsea, I don't really see much coming from Mount. I don't really see Chelsea scoring that many because I don't really know what goal scorer there is for Chelsea. So it's mostly really the Chelsea assets I wouldn't be too keen on. I think there's more upside to going with other players than Chelsea, I think.
Fair enough. What about obviously you see I've included obviously Saka as well. I've taken out Darwin, who was very popular from FPL managers as well. I've gone with Greenwood. I've killed I've killed that spot off for a bench, and then I've got Saka in as well, who I do like, and even I like Saka because I can get to Foden if I want, and I can like Kulusevski, the chat mentioned as well. So that's what the thinking with Saka as well. So I'm not sure. It's a team I may go with, or I may just back out and just have what I had with Almiron in there as well, and include Darwin.
I think Darwin would be probably the best player to have from Liverpool assets in the team. It's the only one apart from Salah I see scoring or getting some returns, because I don't think Liverpool will keep clean sheet returns much in these next few fixtures. I think it will just be mainly goals that we'll be looking to aim for, and that's coming from either Salah or Darwin.
We've got P. Maka in the chat. Thoughts on Fabio Carvalho, lads? Cheap differential, especially with Diaz and Jota long-term injuries. See, I'm not sure. I'm not sure he's a nail starter, if I'm honest. Even with those injuries, because Klopp could play Oxlade-Chamberlain on the left. Don't be surprised if Oxlade-Chamberlain does start today, just because I know Fabio Carvalho did score against Man City, but he's a minute's risk for me. If he does start, I doubt he'll get 90 minutes if he starts, and even if he doesn't start, he'll probably come on. But there's always that minute's risk with him that you got. Oxlade-Chamberlain, as I said, could take his place. Is Curtis Jones going to come back as well? I'd expect them to probably rival him for minutes. So, I wouldn't go there. but you can try it as a differential if you want to be different. But yeah, not for me. Ten Hag isn't subbing Martial off before 70 unless they are winning by 2 or more. So it's a win-win, says Alex. High duo, Wilson, Martial, Jordan.
Yeah, this is an interesting one because I haven't seen many Wilson pick in the drafts. So who did
I've seen a few.
Newcastle have? They have Leicester. So yeah, I mean Wilson could be a decent pick. I think if I had to pick between Wilson and Martial, I'd probably side to Wilson. I think just because Wilson is on penalties, which is an added bonus in case Newcastle do concede one. And Wilson probably played full 90 minutes, more or less. Probably more minutes than Martial would play, I think, at least. I think there'll be more game time for Wilson than Martial will have. Whether the result is for Man United, if they're winning or struggling. I think Ten Hag will substitute him off later in the second half. But Wilson, on the other hand, well, Isak's still out. Yeah. So Wilson's probably going to play the full 90. So I'll pick Wilson.
Martin, your team looks decent. Yep. Still not sure if I'm going to go with this team, if I'm honest. But I don't know. Am I missing out on Darwin, not having Darwin? I feel like I am.
Depends if you see him scoring.
I can see him scoring, for sure. But there's not really any way I can fit him in. Obviously, I could take Martial up to Darwin. And then it will mean I'll have to downgrade elsewhere, maybe a Cancelo, and go without City defenders. I don't know if I want to do that, really.
I reckon you should take out Salah for Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah, I'm not sure because I like Bruno's fixtures, but I want one of... I mean, if I take out Salah, it's only for KDB. Just because of the doubles as well they have coming up, and I'd want a double game week player. But yeah, for me, Salah, KDB. I mean, at the start, I was thinking when the season came to a close with the World Cup, Bruno was in my thoughts, but now I get closer to it. I think it's going to be Salah, or I'm leaning towards Salah now just because there might be a double game week for Liverpool. Even though, as I said, I'm not completely sold on Salah as an asset. I think Darwin might be a better pick than him for Liverpool, personally. How about this, actually? Let me show you guys this. I'll take Martial out. It will give me Darwin. Obviously, I'm 2 million short, so easiest place to go is to Cancelo. I can get someone like Dunk. And let's say I take White out, allow more money, and I'll upgrade to Gabriel. That gives me the exact money, but then that will leave me with no money in the bank. So maybe I just keep White.
Also, you're losing value that you have invested in Cancelo. So if you want to bring him back in, he's going to be more expensive.
That is the issue. How much is Cancelo now?
7
point. I mean, he's gone down in price, hasn't he?
I think so. He's current
7.4 currently.
4.4.
Yeah, he's gone down. But yeah, that is the other team. You know what? Instead of Gabriel, I probably would just have White, just for a buffer in case anything goes wrong and I need money. 0.5 as well. I could do this actually and then change. I'll change Ward back. No, Everson will go. Can I get to Kepa? Well, that will take all my money up. No, I can't even get to Kepa. So I've got to leave Everson. I don't know about playing the Leicester combo, but it did work. At the start, maybe not, but then afterwards, midway through the first half of the season, Ward was keeping a lot of clean sheets. Fixtures aren't too bad. See, the first two, Newcastle, Liverpool, but then Fulham, Nottingham Forest, Brighton, Villa. Not the greatest, but you just pretty much hoping for a clean sheet and hoping the rest of the team outscores.
Yeah.
I don't know about this team. He looks a bit. I don't know.
No,
Let me know your thoughts, guys, in the comments. Do you think this looks balanced, or is it just, I don't know? Not you guys not a fan of this team? 30-minute deadline warning, says Colm.
oh yeah. Obviously, it might be crashes. Maybe, hopefully not. But you never know. Boxing Day.
Martial for first 3, and then Wolfson from 12. I think I'm ready, says Martin Football. I Jordan's ready.
Yeah, I'm pretty much ready.
Are you? That's what. Back to your team. Are you pretty locked in?
Yeah, I'm pretty much locked in. I've moved Rodrigo to the last player on my bench because I don't think he's actually starting at all for Man City.
So what's the you keeping Rodrigo for what fixture are you looking for to play him in? Is it later on?
Yeah, it's pretty much the later on fixtures because he has Newcastle, then West Ham, then Aston Villa, and then Brentford. So his fixtures gradually get better as the game weeks continue. But obviously, because Rodrigo's a differential pick as well, not many people actually got him selected. So it was mostly because he's a differential pick that went for Rodrigo, and also because Bamford's out. We've always seen Rodrigo play more an attack and roll when Bamford's obviously not starting for Leeds. So there is, and I think he's on penalties, Rodrigo, if I'm not wrong, when Bamford's obviously not playing. So that's why I initially brought him in before he was flagged for injury. So it is unfortunate that he is injured because I would have played him for Man City.
Yep. Fair enough.
But I might make one change. I might substitute Cancelo on for Ben White and go double City defence against Leeds.
You could do.
Just because I think Rodrigo is not going to start, then there's not really an attacking threat for Leeds.
I mean, you're back in City a bit, going double defence. I said this already. I would only have one of them. Because I know Edison doesn't really cover Cancelo's attacking return, I guess. But in terms of clean sheets, you could just have Edison if you don't believe in the upside with Cancelo, which is the attacking potential. But if you don't think that's gonna, I don't know what your thoughts are on Cancelo. I don't know. I don't know if it's necessary to have both. Like I said, I'd rather definitely have the option of double attack for Man City potentially later down the line rather than having double defense.
Yeah, with Cancelo, I don't want to get rid of him because I have value in him, just in case I want him back. If he actually gets back on form, that's the only issue. Because I don't know with Cancelo if he's going to stay as he is. You're only getting clean sheets for Man City, or come back as an attacking defender and get assists and double hauls again. It's just it's a dilemma whether you keep Cancelo or not. Because if I get rid of him and he, I don't know, gets a haul or something, then it's going to be instant regret.
Yeah, well, if you've got Cancelo, you got to play him. There's no way you bench a 7 million defender, in my opinion. So that's the other thing. If you're not going to start him, is it worth keeping a player like that?
That's the issue. That's why I thought of substituting him on for Ben White, I think.
I'll let you do that.
And
I'm going to switch back to mine.
Yeah.
Also, guys, there's a few of you in here. Can you please drop a like on the stream? So drop a like. And also, if you haven't subscribed already, please do subscribe to the FPL Duo YouTube channel. We are looking to target 700 subscribers. So like and subscribe, guys, if you are enjoying the content. Mount to Andreas and Greenwood to Darwin and Patterson to Bruno Bueno. Is that for me?
I think so. Because you do have all those players.
The thing is, I want Mount for some reason. Just because the reason why, let me say my Mount prop and why I've gone with Mount. Selected by only 6.8% of managers. Obviously, that will go up. And yeah, just look at Mount's fixtures. He's got a double game week in game week 19, which I like the look of. Obviously, Man City is going to be tough, but he's got Fulham as well. He's got Nottingham and Bournemouth before that. So Bournemouth, Nottingham, and then a double game week. And then I can get rid of him after that, probably. And maybe keep him for Palace and then get rid after that. So I want to take a bit of a punt on Mason Mount and Chelsea because I feel like not many people would go there. I know And yeah, as we spoke about a lot with Chelsea, they've not been convincing at all. And this is a purely a fixture play. Me just backing fixtures more than anything. And as I said before, I believe fixtures breed form, and that's why I've gone with him. Not because I think Chelsea have been amazing or anything like that, but yeah, it is a bit of a risk. I hear that, but that's my thinking behind it. Bueno, Saka, and Everson, or Ward, Patterson, and Martinelli. What would you go with? I better lock my moves in soon.
I'll go with Ward, Patterson, and Martinelli. Not keen on Bueno and Everson. I'm assuming that's for budget.
Yep.
I'd rather go with Ward, just for that clean sheet potential from the goalkeeper, and he's cheap. Patterson as well is another cheap option at 4 million. Is he 4 million? No, he's not 4 million.
Who? Patterson's 4 million, yeah.
Oh, he's 4 million. So he's another cheap defender option. And Martinelli, now Jesus is out. I mean, Martinelli may obviously play more forward as well. So there's always that potential for more attacking for Martinelli. I know Saka's also the same issue as well for that, but I'd rather go Ward, Patterson, and Martinelli.
Okay, cool. 26 minutes warning. Cancelo hasn't gone down, as well, says Alex. Josh Bosch, Nketiah, Martial, or Mitro? This is a good question. I'm actually stuck on Martial and Mitro. I'm sliding towards Mitrovic.
I'll probably go safe with Nketiah because Martial is having limited minutes. Mitrovic, he's one the other card away from being suspended, and that just leaves Nketiah, who will obviously start for Arsenal because Jesus is out, and will probably play 90 minutes. I'll be very surprised if Nketiah doesn't.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. Just because obviously I don't plan on going Nketiah for me at all because I've got Saka, Martinelli, and White already, so I can't fit in another Arsenal player because I've got 3 already. And Martial, for me, it's Martial and Mitrovic. But I don't know. I think I might stick on Martial. I might get Bueno in as well, actually, for Patterson, and just save that 0.1 even more. Is it worth it for the 0.1? Maybe not.
Not really.
Because Everton do have a double coming up as well, to be confirmed, I think. So maybe I just keep Patterson in case Everton get a double. And I've got money. I've got some money in the bank, 0.3, to upgrade Martial to Mitrovic when Mitrovic has a double in 19. And the rest of the team looks fine. It's just Darwin's the one that I want. And I can't really get him in if I want this midfield. The only way I can get Darwin in if I make sacrifices with Saka, Mount, which I could be potentially, looking to do with the Mount, getting rid of him after when the fixtures turn again. Yeah.
You ever thought of Odegaard for Saka? Can you
I could do it for Martinelli. I want Saka, not just because of because he's an 8 million slot, which allows me to bring Foden in if I want Foden, or Kulusevski, or those other 8 million, even Madison if he ever becomes an option. If he shows that he's doing well, I could go Bowen. You never know. Like it happened with these players when they were, you never know who's gonna kind of. At the start of the season, we had players like Almiron coming out of nowhere. We may get more players coming out of nowhere, and I want to leave that slot for 8 million in case I want one of those players. So that was just a thinking, really. Ara, hey lads. Hi to you, Ara. Hope you're well. I'll let you take a few comments, Jordan, starting with this one.
Yep.
And you could answer all of them.
Kawanda says Kepa, Cancelo, Castagna, James, Salah, Rashford, Eze, Zaha, Martinelli, Haaland, Darwin, 0.7 in the bank, and playing a 3-5-2. Yes, the 3-5-2 formation is a very popular pick. Obviously, the midfielders are expected to get most of the points in this game week and probably future game weeks as well. 2 up front, obviously, is probably the popular pick of Haaland with Martial, Darwin, Mitrovic, or Nketiah as the favourable picks at the front two. So yeah, that's a pretty good team. Eze and Zaha are interesting because I haven't seen many Crystal Palace players in many drafts, which is quite different. I do think we need different in terms of the template, as it is pretty standard template that we all mostly have, apart from 1 or 2 players that are different. But yeah, definitely a good team, Commander. Alex Meacher says, okay, then Saka out for Andreas and Greenwood to Darwin. Basically, do you think Saka will outscore Darwin?
I think that's to me, I believe.
Yeah.
Will Saka outscore Darwin? Potentially, yes. I think he could, because he's going to be Arsenal's main man. He's on penalties as well. Obviously, we know Salah's on penalties for Liverpool, so Saka could outscore Darwin, definitely. And it being a midfielder, obviously 1 more point for the goal as well. So yes, I think Saka can, and that's why I'm leaning towards this and going without Darwin, and just hoping Salah can. I'm hoping Salah can outscore Darwin, basically, and I need Salah to do well now for those that did sell Salah. Kane for Nunez, Jordan.
I don't know. I think King probably see what Kane does in Game Week 17, then decide whether you want to do that still. Because obviously we're returning back from football. I don't know if you want to keep Kane and see what he does. Because I think who does Tottenham have?
Tottenham, they start off with the decent fixture. The decent fixtures to start with. Even great Michael also saying thoughts on Kane. I'll let you bring the Tottenham fixtures up if you can bring the next 5 up. Also, guys, please drop a like and subscribe as well if you can. If you are enjoying the content, as it helps support the channel. We don't ask for much, but your likes are appreciated. What about Wilson as well? You know, a lot of chat about Wilson in the era as well. Wilson or Nunez. Great Michael says Kane, and Martin as well. Kane as well.
Well, Kane has Brentford away in the first fixture, and then Aston Villa, Crystal Palace, and then Arsenal and Man City in the double in Game Week 20, and then Fulham away.
So Brentford, Villa, Palace.
Yeah.
And then I know they have a double, don't they?
Yeah, and 20 Arsenal and
City double, which isn't the greatest.
No. Probably the toughest double you can have.
I'd probably stick with Nunez, but I think Kane is a good pick regardless. Kane will still tick along very nicely, I think, and he will get goals. So I wouldn't be too worried about that.
And he's on penalties too. If that penalty he missed in the World Cup didn't put you off.
Yeah, for sure. I think Wilson is a good pick, though.
Yeah, he's a very underlooked pick.
Wilson and Nunez. I think Wilson is maybe a slept on striker. Obviously, there's all that worry with him in regards to fitness, which I worry about. Like he might just randomly miss a game because of injury. But I think I like the pick. Wilson, if you want to go there. No, I'm going to lock these moves in. Make transfers. So Kepa, De Bruyne, Andreas, Almiron, Darwin out for 5 moves. Everson, Salah, Mount, Saka, Greenwood in. I don't know what people make of this team. Maybe better balance on the left. All of them are expected to start, and then there's only 2 players that aren't going to start. So Mount and Saka for me are the 2 that are, I want to bring in. So let me just do my team. Haaland's captain. And this is what I'm looking like, guys, at the moment. I may change back. So I've done these moves. So just for those that are joining in the chat, what am I playing Everson for? I play Ward. I'm hoping this combo works. This the main thing that could go wrong with this draft, I think. The double goalies, the Leicester goalies, which I'm not keen on, but I need it because my team value is so low. I would have had Kepa straight in, but my team value is too low. So yeah, Ward in goal. I've got a back three of Trippier, Reece James, and Cancelo. I've got the midfield five of Martinelli, Salah, Rashford, Saka, and Mason Mount. And then up top, I've gone with Haaland and Martial. Obviously, Martial will probably change to Mitrovic after a couple of game weeks when Mitrovic has a double. So I think I'm done. You never know. I might make a last minute change back to KDB or someone like that. But
is your team bench in order?
Yeah, actually, thanks for reminding me. No, White has to be first. Greenwood obviously never plays. And then Patterson will probably go instead of Greenwood. Save your team. Yeah, I don't know what to make of my team. I may be tinkering too much last minute, but it's what I do. Don't know. Yeah. Darwin's the one. Darwin, I don't know. I was going to have him in my team, but getting a bit of cold feet on him. Thoughts on Sterling?
Well, not
it's
impressive.
Hard to fit him in. Yeah, I'm out. Not keen. I think Mount is. If I was picking Chelsea, I'd probably go with Mount. But even Mount, not fully convinced with Chelsea, as I said. But you just want to have to play the fixes, I guess. Maybe Sterling becomes a pick later down the line, but it's just expensive to fit into the team. MSF Daily, Nunes is a great pick. Yeah, I think he is a good pick. Alex, who should I bench out of Trippier, Almiron, and Shaw? Oh, got a benching dilemma.
Nah.
You would have benched Trippier.
No, I'd probably bench Shaw. It's kind of annoying because he has Nottingham Forest. You don't really want to bench him.
I'd play all three and look somewhere else. I mean, I try to play all three, but you definitely want to play Trippier and Almiron as well. So yeah.
Especially Trippier with his ownership.
Shaw or De Gea? I'm gonna go Luke Shaw.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Luke Shaw because I have him in my team.
Yeah, I think Luke Shaw's a decent pick.
Yeah, it's made the pick easier because Dalot is out injured, and then obviously Luke Shaw is the ultimate choice.
Yeah,
De Gea is also good, I'd say, for a goalkeeper pick.
Let me see what else I could change with my team. I'm on my app. Pick team.
FPL Boo Boo says locked in Kepa, James, White, Trippier, KDB, Salah, Martinelli, Rashford, Wilson, Martial, and Haaland. Yeah, I like that team, FPL Boo Boo. I like the difference with Wilson. There's not many people who have gone with Wilson who has Leicester, so yeah, he could do well in that game. Reece James, another different pick. I know a lot of people have gone with Reece James because of his attacking sense rather than his defensive side, as I don't expect a clean sheet, especially against Bournemouth as well. I actually don't see a clean sheet for Chelsea, and hopefully Reece James can get you an attacking return in that sense. Kepa as well, double Chelsea defense. I'm not a fan of, but a lot of people have gone with it, which is interesting. I thought people might have been put off by Kepa being flagged still because of his foot injury, but that doesn't seem to be an issue. I think he obviously will start for Chelsea. Martial as well, another great different pick. So there is a few differentials in your team which I like, as I've included some for mine as well. I'm not gone fully template, so yeah, I like the team FPL with you. Felix Fleming says, "Hi lads, hope you had a nice Christmas. Thoughts on Pope, Cancelo, James, Trippier, Patterson, Andreas, Salah, Martinelli, Foden, Kane, and Haaland." Well, the one that stands out for me is the Foden pick, because obviously there's been that continuous problem of whether Foden starts or not for Man City, as we've all had him prior to the World Cup, benched 3 times when we thought he was going to play, and it turned out he didn't. So it will be
With
interesting to
Foden,
see. Yeah, it will be interesting to see if he starts today against Leeds.
yeah, I think Foden will start today. He was benched for the Liverpool fixture. I think he was, which means he's been rested. I think he should get the game time today. I think he's a good pick. It's just I'd probably prefer KDB. Foden does still worry me with rotation. If with the games coming thick and fast, he probably will miss one of the games in the midweek or so. So there is that worry there. But yeah, I think that's always the worry with Foden. My team
Uh,
budget is so low.
yeah, I
My
think
team value, which
that,
is annoying. The team I want, it's hard to do because I can't afford it. I wouldn't mind having Darwin. I want Darwin in my team somehow, but
yeah, difficult with team value being low.
I've took
Uh,
even if I take Mount out and downgrade him to Almiron, I can't do it.
Elliot says, "Hey guys, why is everybody now rushing to get Mitrovic? Is he confirmed to be fit?" I'm not too sure about Mitrovic. I wouldn't be rushing in to get him though, personally, because he is on 4 yellows. So if he gets another one, he is suspended. So I'm not too keen on bringing Mitrovic in. If I'm honest, even if he is fit, I'll still be worried if he gets relapse injury, because obviously with injury-prone players, when they start fit, they can easily just relapse and get injured again. So that will be my worries for getting Mitrovic in. I mean, there's 2 problems with Mitrovic. He can either get injured again, or he'll get a yellow card and get suspended. So there's 2 red flags right there for me to bring him in. So I'm not quite sure why the rush is to get Mitrovic in, even though he's confirmed to be fit. So yeah, I'm not sure Eddie on that. I mean, if he is confirmed to be fit, then I'll still be a bit scared of bringing in my team.
Fair enough.
Alex Meacher got Kepper, Ward, Shaw, James, Trippier, Cancelo, Bueno, Martinelli, Salah, Rashford, Almiron, Andreas, Darwin, Martial, Haaland. 1.3 mil in the bank. That's pretty good, actually. 1.3 mil in the bank for that team. Yeah, it's quite template. Apart from Martial, could be a difference, and Reece James and Luke Shaw. Yeah, you got 2 differential picks there. No, 3 differential picks. So yeah, that could work out. And you still got 1.3 mil in the bank as well if you want an upgrade a player.
Apparently the website's gone down.
Oh dear.
Apparently, not checked.
Boxing Day madness, guys. Make sure your transfers go in before deadline ends, because there's only a minute or 2 left. But yeah, Alex, nice team. Very nice. Kwan says Man City play Wednesday. Oh, okay. I did not know they played Wednesday, but yeah, that's good.
Yeah, midweek game. Yeah, they play again.
Luke says Patterson or Bueno, and why?
Patterson, just because he has a potential double game week for Everton, and obviously Bueno, we don't know if he's going to start every game. So if you know, Patterson's nice to have off the bench because we know he's going to play every game for Everton, and as I said, the double, and he's only 0.1. If you're stretched for budget and you desperately need that 0.1, then not Bueno obviously. But if you've got a bit of money left, I'd go Patterson. But I'm not actually sure you could do the move anymore because site is crashed and it is the end of deadline now as always. 11 a.m. now. So I hope everyone locked their teams in. Because that is it, guys. That is the deadline. And I'm not sure if I made a mistake of taking Darwin out. Because Darwin, it does worry me, if I'm honest. That's the only one I wanted in my team that I've gone without. So that is the team on the screen, my final team. Let me know what you guys think. I mean, there's a way I can still get to Darwin. I think if I'll just downgrade one of my midfielders and do it that way. But yeah. Any comments? One thing with 1.3 million in the bank will allow me to go Martial down to Greenwood and Andreas up to 8.3 million mid. Foden.
Yeah, that's very good.
Yeah, that's a good route if you want to bring Foden in as well, which I will be looking at myself, looking to bring Foden in later down the line. If I see he start in and I think if he's going to play, then I'd like to have him in my team. And that's why I've gone quite more expensive in midfield with Mount and Saka. Saka could easily switch to Foden if I want it. And that's kind of why I made sure to include Saka in my team. But yeah, if anyone's got any more questions, do drop them in below. We're going to do our predictions as well. Please like and subscribe to the channel, guys. I got to ask you guys, like and subscribe if you have enjoyed. And yeah, bit of a mad stream, me making last minute changes. But yeah, just confirm your final team, Jordan, for those that are just joining in or maybe missed it.
Okay, so yeah, I got Edison in goal. In defence, we've got Trippier, Cancelo, and Luke Shaw. Midfield, Almiron, Martinelli, Bruno Fernandes, and Rashford. And up front, we've got Nketiah, Darwin, and Haaland. And on the bench, we've got the goalkeeper, Ward, defender, Ben White, Leicester defender, Castagna, and Leeds midfielder, Rodrigo.
Yeah, just look at your team. It looks nice. I like the Nketiah pick. I think it could go either way, but it's a different move, a bit of a differential as well. So yeah, I want to see what Nketiah does because I think that's the one in your team that's slightly different. And even obviously you got Bruno, you've gone with no Salah, no KDB as well, and you've gone Bruno, which is a big differential as well. I don't know his ownership. That's exciting, I think, for you.
I think just check. Bruno's ownership is 3.3%.
For that can pay off big time if he goes and does, I don't know, if he gets a double-digit haul.
Absolutely, and obviously our captain Haaland, as I expect most people will, and then vice captain Fernandes in case Haaland doesn't start in the game, but
yeah,
I doubt he won't.
But yeah, I've gone with a last-minute change-up. I've gone without Darwin. I want to see what Darwin's effective ownership is now because I feel like everyone has him.
Yeah, he was the trending forward.
Yeah, most people have gone with Darwin, which I just need Saka and Mount to essentially outscore Darwin.
Yeah, he's 17% owned, so his ownership did shoot up a lot. Was below 10%.
Mm. Yeah, is there any way I could bring the fixtures up? I'm gonna bring the fixtures up so I can check. I don't know if it's gonna let me. Oh, he does let me. Nice. Okay, cool. Gameweek 17 fixtures are now on the screen. So I'm gonna quickly let's do score predictions, wrap it up, and yeah, we'll be out of here. But for those that are still there watching, yeah, score prediction time. So Brentford and Spurs. That is a 12:30 kickoff. Obviously kicking off in about an hour and a half. I'll be watching that one. What's your predictions for Brentford Spurs?
Probably say 1-0 Spurs. I don't see many goals in that game.
I'm going to go for a 1-1. I think Brentford will get something in this game. I think it'll be a draw. So yeah, I'll go 1-1. Palace, Fulham.
I think 2-1 Fulham.
2-1 Fulham. Okay. I'm gonna go for 2-1 Palace. So I think Palace are gonna win that one 2-1. I think could be a tight one though. Could be a draw even. And then we've got Everton Wolves prediction.
Oh, I think 0-0. Not much in that game.
I'm gonna go for Everton to nick it 1-0. So I'll go for 1-0 Everton win. I think they'll somehow nick a goal. You got Leicester against Newcastle as well.
2-0 Newcastle.
I'm gonna go for 2-1 Newcastle. I'll go 2-1 Newcastle. I think Newcastle will win and carry on their good form. Southampton Brighton
1-1.
1-1. Okay. I'm gonna go 2-0 Brighton. I think Brighton will win 2-0. And then Villa Liverpool. See my team. What are you saying for Liverpool Villa?
I think 2-1 Liverpool.
All right, 2-1. I think it's going to be a tough one, for Liverpool. I don't think they'll find it easy, but I'll go 1-0 Liverpool. I think they might have to nick it. Maybe Salah on a penalty or something. We'll see. But yeah, I'll go 1-0 Liverpool. Arsenal West Ham as well in the 8 o'clock kickoff, which is going to be a good one as well to watch, I think. So yeah, what are you saying for Arsenal West Ham?
I'm very confident with this fixture. I think Arsenal will win 3-0.
3-0 Arsenal. I'm going to go for 2-0 Arsenal. So yeah, I think Arsenal will also win. So that is the fixtures for today. Feels weird, doesn't it? Today it's a Monday deadline stream on a Monday morning. Doesn't feel normal, but yeah. So I'll go with obviously I said Arsenal win. So moving on to the Tuesday fixtures. There is football on Tuesday as well. Chelsea and Bournemouth. Jordan.
It's probably controversial. I'll say 2-1 Bournemouth.
Ooh. Now I'm gonna go for 2-1 Chelsea. I think Chelsea will win 2-1, and it being at home. Man United v Forest.
I would say 3-1 Man United.
I'm gonna say 2-1 Man United. Man United win 2-1 at home. And then finally on Wednesday, the final fixture is Man City Leeds. What's your prediction?
I think 4-1 Man City.
4-1 City. Ooh, okay. I'm going to go for 3-0 Man City. I think also it'll be a comfortable win for Man City and a clean sheet. So those are the game week 17 fixtures out the way, guys. Just our quick predictions. When is game week 18 starts? On the 30th, which is Friday. Interesting. So we have to do a knee-jerk reaction stream. Probably, are we doing it today? Or maybe tomorrow? Maybe tomorrow.
Yeah, probably tomorrow. Will be deadline stream.
No, knee-jerk.
Oh, sorry.
Knee-jerk stream.
Knee-jerk, sorry. No.
And then
Deadline.
And then we're back into it. Quick turnaround, literally no time to waste. We've got more football on Friday. So this, 4 days before the next deadline stream, which is mad.
Yeah, so very close. So
yeah, we're gonna have to fit in the content and all that, but it will be coming, guys. We're gonna have a lot of content for you guys coming through the Christmas period. So if you have enjoyed, don't forget to hit that like button. Also subscribe to our YouTube channel if you are new. And yeah, that's it from us today. That's been the FPL Duo. I'm gonna take this off the screen. Just want to say a massive thank you to everyone that has joined the stream. It's been a good one. We will see you again maybe tomorrow, hopefully. Tomorrow, maybe 10 p.m. So it's going to be a late one probably tomorrow, guys. Just after the final game from Man United. I think after the Man United game. After the Man United game, we'll probably go live. So do tune in for that. And yeah, that's it. From me, anything else you'd like to add, Jordan, before we do wrap up?
Good luck, everyone. Hopefully everyone gets green arrows this game week, as we have struggled to get green arrows prior to Game Week 17. So hopefully this one is a change, especially on Boxing Day. Should be a lot of goals and hopefully a lot of controversial, exciting, shocking matches ahead today and for the few coming days. So yeah, good luck everyone, and obviously we'll see you soon.
Yeah, just want to say I hope everyone enjoyed their Christmas as well, and looking forward to the new year as well. So yeah, that's it from the FPL Duo, and we hope to see you guys tomorrow. But check out Twitter, guys, the FPL Duo on the Twitter, to stay tuned with our plans for the next time we go live. So thank you for watching, and see you guys shortly. Thank you.
Yeah, take care.